Hi guys, we're here at the Ansonia Nature Center. We're really excited to meet a very special turtle here and a very special staff member who's been taking care of this turtle. So stay tuned, we hope you like it.
The Turtle Room. Education, conservation, survival.
So hello everyone, this is Anthony from the Turtle Room here at the Ansonia Nature Center. I'm here with Allie, who is the director of this program here, and we are here with Quincy, who is a very impressive eastern box turtle, and we want to ask you some questions about that box turtle. How long has Quincy been in your care?
So we've had Quincy 10 years, and he was dropped off to us by someone that lives in the local area who had turtles nest in his yard, and there was about maybe 6 or 7 eggs in the nest. And when the baby started to hatch, he brought 2 baby turtles in the size of a quarter, and Quincy was one of the babies that he brought in.
And this is obviously a special turtle. 5 legs, which is obviously interesting, but I think pieces of or I should say, some intricacies involved with this guy are pretty interesting, even among turtles that have deformities like this, whether it be conjoined twins or extra limbs, that sort of thing. First you have the plastron that's fused. The anterior and posterior lobes are fused, and you can see almost where there should have been a hinge, and there's not. And then also there's this shell in between, which is so interesting. I would expect there to be some soft tissue in between here, but that's shell right there. The carapace is fused to the plastron just like it would be on the bridge. How does he get around with an extra leg?
He gets around fine. He does tend to walk not in a circle, but he tends to go into one direction because he's stronger on the left side than he is on the right. You could see that the right foot is not as long and can't extend out as far as the left foot. The other thing with Quincy is he can't pull into a shell and close like a box. And so he cannot be released back into the wild, because if I released him in the wild, he would be raccoon meal that night. So the other thing with him is he flips on his back sometimes, and he can't get back over. So we're always flipping him back onto his, straight up and down. And we have to really be aware of how deep the water dish is, because we don't want him flipping into his water dish and being over his head. So we've made modifications in his setup here at the Nature Center so that he doesn't get hurt.
Never any history of any infection or anything like that around this area?
No, we have a wonderful veterinarian that we use. His name is James Missanelio at Countryside Veterinary Clinic, and he is a reptile expert, and he's takes care of Quincy. He does annual checks on all of our animals here at the Nature Center, and we had talked about this portion. Is there a way that could be opened up so he could this would free his legs? And he said no, because turtles are all attached. Their shell is their bone, and their organs and everything is attached there. So there's no way to relieve these 2 legs. This smaller leg here does move. It's just not as mobile, and he does have all of his nails and everything like a normal leg. It's very interesting.
And 6 toes.
And 6 toes.
That
yeah.
Kevin pointed out.
Yeah.
6 toes on that extra limb. I'm really surprised for a small turtle, with obviously his physical limitations being what they are. It's very strong. It's a very healthy turtle.
He's very strong.
He's pushing off me right now and scratching me up a little bit, like a box turtle should. Well, like a box turtle that can't get into its shell should.
And he could really, he eats really well. He loves his fruits and his mealworms and his earthworms, and he has a good diet. And in the summer, we put them outside in our aviary. It was actually a flight cage for birds, and we always put the turtles in there as well. But so now it's just the turtle, and I shouldn't call it an aviary. I don't even know what to call it now.
Definitely not aviary.
So Quincy and our other native box turtle, they live in there in the summer, and they get nice sunlight, and they have a huge area to dig, and we've even hibernated the turtles in the winter and buried them outside. So he's been hibernated a few times, and a lot of the people that work here get nervous, but I'm like, guys, he's a native box turtle. They're supposed to hibernate in the winter. So we've actually overwintered them outside and dug them a pit and put them in, and they come out in the... We actually dig him out because he has trouble digging himself out.
Oh, poor guy.
So
you can do it.
He's wonderful, yeah.
Is there any idea what may be the cause of this?
Okay, so we all know that when we alter our environment with pesticides and herbicides, and this is a known fact that frogs, especially amphibians, they found amphibians with 2 heads, with there was one frog, he had like 6 legs. That's very common, and Quincy came from a landscaper's yard who treats his yard with chemicals. So while they're developing in their egg is porous, and anything that is sprayed on that grass or on where the egg's nest was could have rained, and that could have seeped into Quincy's shell while he was developing and caused him to grow an extra leg. We don't know for sure if that's why he has an extra leg, but he's a great teacher because he can teach people about the harmful pesticides and herbicides that are hurting the environment, not only hurting the environment, but hurting turtles, hurting frogs. And if they're hurting turtles and frogs, what else are they hurting? Are they hurting humans? And I believe, yes, they are. And so I'm a big advocate about organic, letting nature kind of take care of itself. Nature's made perfectly. And an example like this is showing, mankind, we're trying to alter nature, and this is the result of altering nature. It could be that he had some genetic code that made him grow an extra leg. We don't know for sure. But as an educator, to me, I want to educate people about the importance of taking care of our environment. And Quincy's like the perfect animal ambassador for us to teach that message to people. So,
and you can see he's got those red eyes that are indicative of a male eastern box turtle. He's a really pretty guy, and he's got plenty of years to live.
Yeah.
So as long as you can keep this leg from getting infected.
Yeah. The other nice thing
looks good.
The other nice thing with him is because he can't pull into a shell like a box, the kids can pet him on his head.
Right.
And they get because most of the turtles, they don't get a chance to pet on the head. And so he's really phenomenal in that way. And he's been an animal ambassador since he was the size of a quarter. So he's like this perfect teaching animal.
I was going to mention that. I've handled hundreds of eastern box turtles over the years, and I've never had one that just sat there like that with its head up.
Just very chill.
I'm sorry. I know it's because you have to, but
so
it's appreciated anyway.
Yeah. So it's nice to, especially for you, somebody that studies turtles, you can really see the different parts of him that maybe you wouldn't be able to see on one that was healthy. Right. So.
Well, thank you so much
for
this
having
opportunity.
Us. Thank you.
Really, we look forward to visiting Quincy in the future, and hope that he continues to do such a good job educating the public.
Great, thank you.
For more information on this and other exciting Colonian species, visit theturtleroom.com. Check back every Monday night for new videos from the Turtle Room.